Sorry about that. Apparently, they just decided to not give me the code until like late, so that was fun. But either way, we're on now. Give me just 1 second, and I will. My little commentating thing. All right, so we got the Fatal Cena backed up all the way. He's gonna try to throw it deep, but I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to catch it. Unfortunately, no one does. Currently, Houston is up 13-0 against Green Bay. It looks like Houston is trying to become 2-0 after their recent win against Tennessee, I believe. Speaking of which, Tennessee has reportedly disbanded after one bad game. I mean, I didn't really think they were that bad of a team, but yes, this is the game. But either way, DPT Grim. Is that DPT Grim? I couldn't get a good look at it. It might be DPT Grim, but either way, Fatal Cena gonna give it to DPT Lucas. Oh, okay, there's a reset play here. Oh, illegal formation is being called. Okay, so the rule for that is basically you cannot have more than one person inside the hashes that isn't a quarterback or tight end. Like tight end, quarterback are the only ones that can uh bypass this rule. Offensive line or running backs can't. So yeah, there's the plan. But either way, it looks like they're going to. And it looks like it's going to take a little bit to get the line adjusted. Sorry about that, chat. Yeah, sorry about entering the game late. I got the code late because they didn't want to give it to me, and then they gave me the wrong code, so I had to go on a wild goose chase to find it. So that was a little unfortunate, but that's fine. Either way, Fatal Cena. Oh, okay, they're resetting the play again. Okay, well, it seems there's some bit of a lineup issue, so I think that's around a 5-yard penalty, I believe. Oh no, 10 yards. Okay. That's a very huge penalty there for Houston or Green Bay if they're not able to get a first or a touchdown. Okay, they're resetting the play, so now we got it. I am very interested to see how Green Bay can answer back here because it doesn't seem like they're holding them off super great so far into this first quarter, but only allowing 13 in the first quarter isn't super bad. But either way, DBT Toxic gonna get above 15 yards, not quite enough for a first, but gonna be enough yardage to allow them to go for it, since that can be determined based on how far you are from the first down marker. So being a fourth and inches is definitely huge for Green Bay, but this is a huge opportunity for Houston to hopefully turn over the ball. Fatal Cena getting backed up quite a bit here. Offensive line is able to provide some room on the right side. And he's going to try and go for it. But it's going to be intercepted. And just like that, that is a crazy big play there from Houston. I can't speak super loudly here, but it's going to be to Void, I believe. Is that Hall of Fame Void? I think that might be Hall of Fame Void. who made the play there. I mean, that was definitely a very good pick there as well, just considering, situation they are in. That easily could have saved the touchdown right there. Very well executed by Void, nonetheless. And now Houston has a chance to make this a 3-scoring game with Jalen GB at quarterback. Oh man, missed opportunity. Jalen should have been Green Bay. Yeah, he's green in everything. He has the GB. He's wearing green. It was perfect. So that's such a massive missed opportunity. Jalen GB for Green Bay. But either way, Facts going to get the 14-yard gain, but unfortunately just going to only be inches away. Once again, this could be a huge opportunity for Green Bay to get a first here, but Jalen GB is just gonna take the lane. Oh, and he gets hit stick though, but thankfully Ren is gonna be there to save it. The hit stick fumble nearly costing Houston that drive. That could have been very bad. Uh-oh, Jalen's lagging. And just like that, that is a 17-yard sack. That's a very huge play there from Jalen, or a very huge sack for Green Bay, but can they capitalize on it? And they will, with DPT Lucas with the interception at around the 40-yard line in Houston territory. I'm liking this so far. If you're Green Bay, very huge play there by Lucas, easily saving that first down pass. And just like that, Green Bay now has the ball, but again, they need to answer with a touchdown at some point. Otherwise, it will look very, very bad. And here we go. He's going to try to fire it deep, but just a tad bit overthrown. If he threw it just a little bit lower, I think he could have gotten that. But either way, that is the end of the first quarter. How do you join a team like that? You join the CFL Discord. You can see it in chat, and it's also in the description. And then you have to, hope a franchise owner signs you. And there you go. That's how you do it. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat a whole lot, so I'm kind of checking in on it every now and then. But it's basically a league Discord thing. Anyone can join as long as you want to play, but you are going to have to get your name out there if you want people to sign you, though. You don't have to do like content creation or anything, nothing like that, but you have to show them how good you are, I guess is a better word. But either way, Fatal Cena gonna be rolling right, and he's gonna take an easy pass to DPT Toxic. And just like that, Green Bay has now answered with a touchdown on the board. And now Houston does not have a comfortable lead anymore. But either way, it will be a kickoff. The kick was no good for Green Bay, but either way, Facts gonna be the one to return it. Not really gonna get anywhere outside of the 25-yard line, which is good enough for them. But either way, Jalen going to try and get there. He's got the right fold just completely wide open there to Snow Cini. And I will say though, Houston is definitely a formidable force. So far in this game, Jalen's lagging a little bit, but he's going to try to throw it deep. That could be an intentional grounding right there. I mean, he was lagging a bit, so I don't know if they're going to call a grounding. It looks like no grounding for right now. And Fatal Cena gonna sack Jalen. A very huge sack there, and just like that, that's a 3rd and 36. That is a very uncomfortable position. If you are Houston, my bad. But either way, Jalen trying to run away from this Green Bay defensive line, and he's gonna find a way to give it to Fake, but is only gonna get about a 26-yard gain. That's not gonna be enough to get the first. but it will be enough for them to go for it on 4th down. And Jalen with a 4th and 6 with a massive opportunity here to score something here. He's going to try fire it deep, but that's a toss-up. Unfortunately, the pass was popped, but I think it was intercepted by the Green Bay defender on the deep anyways. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And now Green Bay with a massive opportunity to hopefully tie this game up. DBT Lucas Jalen going to be lagging on the defense there and let him get a first down for free. I mean, lag does have a couple other benefits, but this is the bad kind of lag that you really don't want to have in these kind of games. And there's really not much you can do about it. Yeah, online stuff like this, you can't really escape from lag. That is the main downside. But either way, Fatal Cena gonna try and fire a streak. Unfortunately, not gonna find anyone there. And now it's a 3rd and 15. Houston needs a stop here to keep their lead intact. Now, here we go. Fatal Cena. Gonna try to fire it in the fold on the left side, but he's gonna find DBT Lucas. Both the deep and the short on the left side completely dived into each other. And that let Lucas get an easy touchdown just like that. I mean, that could not have been any better. Yeah, they completely tackled each other. That is a very good stop there. That is a very good touchdown there for Green Bay. That is exactly what they needed. Since you cannot go for 2 points, that is going to still leave Houston with a 1-point lead. But that is by no means a comfortable one, as all 1-point leads should be. So far, this is looking excellent. So far for Green Bay, I mean, I definitely give them a lot of props for being able to come back into this game. But either way, Jalen is going to try to see if he can find any room on the right side, but Fax is going to be there around the midfold. Great awareness from Jalen so far. Able to take advantage of the game state, of the offensive line's protection. But either way, going to give it to Fax on the LS. Was that Fax? I think that might have been Fax, but either way. And now we have a 1st and goal. And here we go. Snow Cini gonna try diving the end zone, but does not get far enough. And just like that. And here we go. Jalen gonna try and get in the end zone. Unfortunately, is just a bit short again. Now Green Bay is on high alert for that run up the middle, in case he decides to go for it again. And it looks like it's going to be a lob pass, but unfortunately not going to be complete. Jalen tried to bait the run. Unfortunately, the pass was just a tad bit overthrown, and now this is very interesting territory here that I don't think it's really as bad if they're not able to get the touchdown given Green Bay's field position, unless it's an interception in the end zone. But here we go, and it's going to be a catch by Fake. He hung in the air just for a little bit there, but is still able to find his feet in the end zone. And just like that, Houston is able to keep their one score lead and can potentially extend it to a 2-scoring lead, depending if they hit this extra point. And so far, this is very good gameplay from Houston so far. They have definitely gotten the better of Green Bay at the moment, but again, anything can change. Green Bay has definitely gotten a bit better against this Houston defense. So again, anything can happen for now. And it looks like it's going to be a 6-yard gain. Not bad return, I will say that. But Green Bay knows they have to score here by any means necessary. It doesn't have to be a pretty one. It just needs to be a score, and he's going to try and throw it deep. Going to score right here, right now, and that could be a fit. And it is. TTGNM going to completely Moss 2 defenders from Houston. And just like that, that is a touchdown. I can't speak super loudly on it, given room situations, but that was a amazing play there from TDGNM. But I mean, that throw was also really good too. I can't really say uh, what was more impressive. But either way, Green Bay with the opportunity to tie the game, no. But man, I have the clip on metal. I can maybe pull it up and send it to general chat, but on the CFL. Uh, I'm trying to remember how do I. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm not able to commentate at the moment because I'm trying to edit something. All right, hold on. I'm trying to think of like. Okay, there we go. I think they changed. Sorry about that, Chad, but apparently Houston has scored right back from Fax. Sorry, I haven't been commentating. I clipped TGGNM's catch there. That was like a 2-on-1. Yeah, TGNM's down there somewhere, man. He's always down there somewhere. Oh, it's gonna be a delayed game from Green Bay. But I mean, so far, Fatal Cena going to try and find another touchdown in the end zone if they can, but no, he's going to try and play it safe with the fold. Unfortunately, the short misses the interception there. A very high risk, uh, a very high risk play there that unfortunately did not pay off and ended up costing them a first down and a ton of yardage. But either way, it's going to be a first down again for Green Bay. This is not hopeless for this Houston defense so far this drive. They are going to give it to DPT Quant. And that's going to be about a 12-yard gain. And with 36 seconds left, let's see how Green Bay will play this. It's just going to be a throw out of bounds. I don't think that will be grounding since receivers were in the area. But either way, Fatal Cena Going to give it to TTGNM. Going to dodge around with a couple defenders here. And oh my. I thought he had the touchdown there. That was nearly that would have been a clip-worthy play right there. I will admit, but either way, it will be down at the 1, but Quant going to be completely wide open from the LOS. Houston left him unchecked, and Green Bay made them pay for it with an easy 6 that really should not have been that easy, but either way, very good strategy from Green Bay, I will admit. However, Houston still has the lead, albeit still by 1 point so far this game. And Houston still has an opportunity to score another touchdown here. I don't know who got the ball first, so I'm not entirely sure if Houston can double dip. But if they can, that would be very huge for Houston. But we will see if Green Bay will let them toss it up. Again, that's... here we go, Jalen. Going to be back to quite a bit here. Going to try and toss it up. I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's a 2-on-1. Intercepted by V3. Okay, this is just... All right, well, Green Bay are definitely becoming the toss-up warriors this game. That's for sure. V3 winning a 2v1 toss, potentially giving Green Bay an opportunity to score, but it doesn't seem like Houston's going to make it that easy for them. I wonder if Houston knows I wonder if Green Bay knows they can double block here. I think, let's see if Green Bay knows you can double block here. It looks like, yep, they can. But it does not matter. It will be halftime. But man. Yep, TGNM said it himself. I'm going to be glazing NM again. Okay, so it looks like Green Bay will be getting the ball, so that was a very huge stop there from Green Bay. But either way, Fatal Cena with a chance to take the lead. This game, they are in a very good position to do so. Going to give it TTGNM. Not going to get very far with it, though. Only about a gain of 2. Maybe 3. But either way, it's still a gain no matter what the yardage is. Good. All right, Fatal Cena rolling right. Trying to find any space he can. Going to give it to DPT Toxic. And let's see if he can dive for the first. No, I think he got bodied by the deep from Houston. So very good defense there. From the deep, able to make a play. But again, a 3rd and inches, not exactly the hardest to do. Or not exactly the hardest to stop, but... Or not the easiest to stop, but let's see if they can do it here. DPT Lucas gonna get it on the streak there. Or the fade from the left side. Able to easily get it. And now, here we go. Fatal Cena with a bit of room on the backside. He's running out of room, though, since he's now in the end zone. And let's see, he's going to try to find something on the left side, but just going to be incomplete there. A little bit too much on the out-of-bounds section, but even then, that would have been a very rough one to make. Even if it was just a bit less out of bounds. But it's going to be a handoff to Vortex. Not able to use truck in time, and it's just going to get about 2 yards on that play. But Fatal Cena, let's see, on a 3rd and 12. I mean, right now, Green Bay knows they have to score here to be able to take the lead. A lead is very precious if you can hang on to it in these kind of offensive games. But he's just going to throw an incomplete pass there, nearly to the Houston defense. But thankfully, it is not an incomplete. But unfortunately, Green Bay is going to have to be forced to punt it here. And it will be a touchback. So once again, Houston does still have the lead. But here we go, Jalen. Hopefully, if he doesn't lag, he can hopefully get another touchdown here. And Jalen is thinking about running it, but chose not to. And it's going to be a catch by Fax there. What a grab by Fax, but either way, that definitely could have been intable. But nonetheless, it will be a first down for Houston. Oh, and it's going to be to Snowcini with the LS. Getting hit stick, though, but thankfully does not fumble. They definitely need to be careful with fumbles because they can happen at any time in any place. No one is safe from it, not even the quarterback. Not even a receiver either. But either way, I was looking for the LOS on the left side, but not going to find anyone open. And here we go, Jalen trying to find a split middle for a little bit, but Fact just going to catch an absolute dot from Jalen right over a Green Bay defender's head. And Houston still able to extend their lead. I mean, so far, this has looked very solid from both teams, but right now, Houston is once again looking like the better team so far in this game. But here we go, Fatal Cena. He's going to have to find something here. Looking for a streak on the right side. That's the TTGNM, but unfortunately just a tad bit overthrown there for Green Bay. But man, this is so far looking really solid for them. I will say though, both teams are definitely playing very, very good. But Houston is definitely getting the better of them so far. But let's see if that can change. With the remainder of the second half still left, DBT Toxic is able to get a 6-yard gain on that catch, maybe a 7. I'm not doing that brain rot meme. Let's see. Let me check on chat real quick. All right. 7 views, not bad. But either way, the Fatal Cena. Seeing if you can find anything. DBT Lucas going to get about 2 yards on that play, but thankfully Green Bay is able to get enough yardage to go for it on 4th down. On a 4th and 6, but this is definitely a high pressure situation. Let us not mistake that. But let's see what Fatal Cena's plan is. It looks like they're trying to cover the run. A very good call there by Houston. And it looks like Green Bay does not do it. So again, very good decision making so far from Green Bay. Is going to find the right fold. The DBT Toxic just completely uncovered there. On the right fold. And just like that, that is a first down for Green Bay. A desperately needed first down. And here we go. Going to be the DBT Lucas. Both the short and the deep missed on the left side, and DBT. And just like that, a very easy first down for Green Bay once again. Again, they're taking these high-risk dives, and they haven't really gotten rewarded with them because of how much execution is needed to be able to do them well. But so far, I will say a very impressive play from both sides nonetheless. But let's see, Fatal Cena looking around, seeing what he can find. He's gonna try the middle. The TGNM unfortunately does not get it. Fake's able to get the better positioning on that toss. He tried to feed it to TGNM, understandably so. But unfortunately, Fake was in a much greater position to be able to pick it, and just like that, Houston still with a 7-point lead going into this drive. Jalen lagging a bit here, but thankfully able to not get sacked. And Jalen just going to completely run it, but fumbles. But thankfully, once again, Ren able to save a catastrophic turnover from happening and recovered the ball. I mean, so far, Ren has definitely done his part as an offensive line, but unfortunately, offensive line cannot save a laggy quarterback from taking a sack there. In that situation, uh, yeah, Ren as an O line myself, who's played in leagues, dealing with a laggy quarterback like that is understandable. Do not, like, do not fret on that. It just kind of happens, you know. So I wouldn't worry too much on that. It happens. It happens to the best of us. But either way, Fatal Cena looking around, seeing what he could find, but nearly throws it to the defense of Houston. I don't really know what decision he was making there, but that could have been a very bad one. But Fatal Cena looking for DBT Lucas is able to catch it. That was just a really good pass there. Or the short missed, either one. I don't really know if that was intable, but for now, Fatal Cena gonna have the ball so far, and DBT Lucas going to once again have it on the left side. And that will be the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, Green Bay now has an opportunity to take the lead. If they can score here. Right now, this Houston defense has not made it very easy to do so. But let's see if Green Bay can execute here. Green Bay needs something. And it was just a missed pass there on the check down, but just couldn't quite find it. And now we got a 3rd and 15. This is definitely not the best position you want to be in if you're Green Bay. But it's going to be intercepted by Fax. Was going to try the streak, the fade route to DBT Lucas, but Fax able to now finally get the read. And his high-risk plays have now been rewarded. And just like that, Houston can potentially extend their lead to a 2-scoring game here. And is going to try to find the fold on left side, a Hall of Fame void. So far, this is very solid gameplay from Green Bay at the moment. But it's going to be a grounding there. Jalen, that will be a grounding. That will be a grounding from Jalen. All right, so it looks like they will give a penalty for that intentional grounding from Jalen. Okay, I said a penalty, not a boost. Okay, there you go. He's still working out. He's still working out the admin thing. Just give him a break. But either way, gonna be intercepted by DBT Lucas. It went right through Fax's hands. A bit weird that he ends up inadvertently causing the interception and being the one giving them the ball. Very interesting that Fax was involved in both of the most recent 2 turnovers. And being a key reason for both, but either way. But again, that's kind of what happens. But now Fatal Cena with an opportunity once again to take the lead. again, it feels like they've had many opportunities to take the lead, and so far they haven't. But TTGNM going to steal it from Quant. I think that was Quant, but either way. And TTGNM dodges two defenders. Once again, Houston with the high-risk dive, trying to make an immediate stop. Or maybe an interception if they miss, but TTGNM completely says nah. TTGNM does not miss whatsoever. And just, I can't speak super loudly, so I know I'm not showing I'm very excited, but like, it's there. Of a Fatal Cena. I mean, able to go for two here. He's going to be backed up quite a bit, though. So, again, not in a comfortable position. They are going to have to toss it up. Yep, this is going to be a toss-up, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where he throws it. And looks like it's going to be to the left side. It's going to be a 3v4. And it's going to be failed. It's going to be popped, but it didn't really matter because Hall of Fame Void was the one who intercepted it. But it looks like it is going to be a kickoff. And Houston, with an opportunity to make this, or to extend their lead, maybe even to extend this game to a 2-scoring game. But again, I mean, this is very much a high pressure situation for Houston because they know they can't force a turnover. And especially this stage of the game, I would definitely not let my guard down by any means and not try to take any unnecessary risks if you can. But let's see if Jalen can do it. Jalen with a bit of room on the right side. And he's going to try to toss it to a 1v2. Unfortunately, that's going to be intercepted. This is the unnecessary risks that I was talking about. And just like that, that is a huge turnover from our by V3 to give Green Bay an opportunity to take the lead. This will be very huge for Green Bay if they're able to do it. You gotta risk it here. And it looks like it's gonna be high. It's gonna be what looked to have been a triple rush, but MLB backed out last second, but it was incomplete, so it didn't matter. And now Fatal Cena trying to roll, nearly getting tackled. Thankfully, was able to throw it, but Quant, or was that Quant or was that someone else? I think I might have been. No, that wasn't Quant. That was the other guy. But either way, though, with a 3rd and 15, this is not a very good spot. If you're Green Bay, you got to make a completion happen here. Unfortunately, he does not find it. But will it force a punt? No, it will not. So again, not very good territory on a 4th and 15 in your own 8-yard line. Again, that's not comfortable whatsoever. And it looks like it's going to be a toss, 3v1, but Fatal Cena overthrows it. And that's going to be a very massive turnover on downs. And just like that, that gives Houston the ball at Green Bay's 8-yard line. That actually just inadvertently helped Houston. And Hall of Fame Void gonna dive in the end zone with a catch on the out route. The dive able to apply enough force to get himself into the end zone. And just like that, Houston with an opportunity here to make this a 2-scoring game if they are able to. I mean, and let's see, this could be the difference here. And Jalen gonna lag. And just like that, that is a very huge play there for Green Bay, because that still opens them up to potentially take the lead or even tie it if they so wish to. And here we go with a very solid kick return. Let's see if Fatal Cena can do it. He doesn't have that bad of a field position. But again, he hasn't lacked out too much, but again, those small pockets where that lag mattered, it's going to end up biting them in the butt. And it shows. Oh, and it looked like it was going to be a check down there, but just threw it way short. Decided to throw it out. And here we go. Oh, it was looking to be 67. I feels like he's dropped so many. I mean, I don't know if that was entirely his fault, but it feels like 67 has like dropped so many passes. I don't think all of them are entirely his fault, because I think the first one wasn't really his fault, but TGNM was going to get the pass there, but got immediately popped. Unfortunately, RNG was just not in Green Bay's favor. But let's see Fatal Cena. Let's see if he can try to find anything here. He's going to try to fire it deep at TGNM. A very high-risk move here, but just going to be popped again. And honestly, that interception might have actually helped Green Bay there due to the field position. And just like that, Houston might end up running away with this game due to Green Bay unfortunately not having the clutch gene at the moment to be able to finish this game off. But uh-oh, this could be what Green Bay needs, a 2v1, and it's going to be intercepted by TGNM. That's definitely not someone you want to toss against unwittingly. Like, if you want to toss against TTGNM, you're definitely going to have it hopefully be a group toss-up or a 2v1, because you're not having a chance against TTGNM in 90% of situations. Well, as far as Green Bay is concerned. But either way, Fatal Cena going to be backed up on the right side. He's going to try to fire at middle, but nobody's there but fakes. And just like that, that is going to be another turnover from Houston. Again, Green Bay has just had so many opportunities to take the lead or even win the game, but they just haven't executed whatsoever on offense so far. And right now, this could potentially cost them the game. They can only have so many opportunities and chances that they just need to execute. But either way, Jalen going to be backed up a little bit here. Going to try to find the midfold, and he's going to get the facts. Oh, it's going to be a fumble, though. And DPT Toxic recovers. And now Green Bay once again has a chance. Sorry. That is another fumble from Houston. Again, they've had way too many of these. Man, these are definitely what Green Bay needs to potentially win the game. But TGNM going to dive there. Nobody was able to tackle him, so he just got he only got a little bit farther from that dive. He probably could have got farther if he didn't, but I could definitely understand him wanting to get yards over anything else right now. But here we go, Fatal Cena going to give it to was trying to give it sorry, frog in my throat. Was trying to give it to number 67. Fortunately, could not find it there. And man, this is a close game, ladies and gentlemen. This game could not be closer. And here we go, Fatal Cena going to give it a TTGNM with the 8-yard gain, and that's going to be a first. And so far, Green Bay with a chance to potentially take the lead here for real this time. Because given the clock, I don't know if they will have another opportunity like this again. And it's going to be a... Oh! That could have been actually a fit. That could have been a fit there. But unfortunately, the wide receiver on the deep stopped for no reason. He ended up undershooting the throw. And does that say I like femboys? Okay. Well, he's going to get it anyways on the check down. But either way, Fatal Cena is just trying to get a bit of momentum here. Just trying to get some completions down, and is going to try to find the midfold to TGNM. He's going to get it. Good for about a 29-yard gain. A very good gain there. so far in Fatal Cena. Let's see if he can find anything here. I Like Femboys is going to be able to take it in for the touchdown. Is that really what it says? Is that really what his name is? Just to bait the streamer. Bait the streamer into saying it. Yeah, it really does say that. Okay. Dang, I can't believe it got baited. He did to unintentionally bait me into saying it. Curse you, 67, curse you. I'm just kidding. But either way, though, Fatal Cena with, oh, this is 2-point conversion. This could be very huge for Green Bay if they're able to convert it here. If they're able to get it, this would be very huge. But no, Fatal Cena gets sacked. And what could have been a crazy lead for Green Bay. Now they're going to have to prey on an onside kick in this stage of the game. And they get it! Vortex able to find the onside kick. And just like that, Vortex is starting to become the unsung hero for Green Bay. He hasn't really been mentioned much, but because he's been mostly the offensive line, I believe. But that's crazy, though. Vortex able to be the unsung hero of this game. It'd be poetic. Okay, I don't really know who that was, but I think I was the TGNM and he just started lagging or something. I have no idea. I don't know. I just saw him like actively run away from the ball, which I think was dumb. Fatal Cena going to be the one to get it, or going to be the one to try and maybe make a play here, and is going to give it to DPT Toxic. Going to get about 11 yards on that gain, maybe 12. And here we go, Fatal Cena looking around, seeing what he can find. It's going to be a TGNM, but he's going to get popped with 2 defenders in the area. Very solid defense, but now this is a 4th and 3. This is a make or break situation for Green Bay. Again, keep in mind a field goal can also win it too if they do decide to go for it. Field goals don't happen often, but they are more than possible. They're a bit easier to make than PATs. Given the position, he's going to try and throw it over. Very risky play there, but unfortunately does not pay off. And just like that, Houston has ran away with the game from the looks of it. And just like that, this game is over. What do you mean, what do the winners get? Like, what do you mean? Like the Super Bowl prize or what? Either way, Jalen just going to run out the clock as long as he can. And looks like he's going to do just that. And he's just going to throw it somewhere random. Doesn't even matter where. Bax not able to get the touchdown, but doesn't even matter. And Houston going to win this very competitive game. But man, man, I'll say though, very solid game from both teams, but unfortunately there could only be one winner, and why is that there? Okay. But either way, man, that game was close as I don't know what. Oh, the winners? Okay, so the winners get, so the Super Bowl winners get the 10,000 or 10,000 Robux split between the team. So whoever wins, whatever team wins the Super Bowl, they get a 10,000 Robux prize split between the players. If you get what I'm saying. It can be split however the team wants. Pretty much. It could even go to one guy. Who knows? I don't really know. Depends on what the team wants. But either way, oh, apparently someone supposedly disbanded. I think it was Cleveland. So the Cleveland Browns also disbanded. Really, they disbanded after being 1-0? That's interesting. I mean, I guess taking a loss to the Giants definitely didn't sit right with them. But man, what's a teams like disbanding all of a sudden? Like, I mean, I get it. You have a bad game. I understand, but like, man, there's like no adversity in this league sometimes. I don't know. It's what separates the bad teams from the good teams, I guess. But certainly annoying and a bit of a pet peeve of mine nowadays. But either way, uh, I don't know if I'll be streaming the Las Vegas and New Orleans game. I'll see if they are currently there. But either way, I could potentially stream this one. Stay tuned for that if I will. You'll probably see a notification. Let me join Brody. The game's already over. Thank you. I like your enthusiasm, but the game's already over. And also I doubt you can really join because you may or may not be in the league. But who knows? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I'm not sure. But either way, I will let y'all know if I'm streaming again. Well, I guess if you see it, if you see my stream, uh, you can also check and see it's in um if it's in CFL streams channel on Discord. You can also find it there. But either way, it was a great game, everybody. Um, uh, but yeah, if I do stream Las Vegas versus New Orleans, you can stay tuned for that right now because it should be starting soon by now. I'll have it try to prep it up if I can. But either way, if I don't, I guess you'll kind of know too. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in a bit. Oh, I did not mean to put that.